Hello guys, I've been researching vegan videos on YouTube. I tried to understand why people switch from some period of raw vegan diet back to cooked food. So why they increase the proportion of cooked stuff in comparison to fresh. I think I know the answer. I just wanted to have some actual material in my head to think about it and maybe to address this issue. While I was doing this, strange stuff happened. I realized that many people, and mostly it's much younger people than me on YouTube who talk about issues like that, they are, most of them, or many of them, they popularize this idea of, I think it's a law of attraction. Many people are into it. I know about it for years. When I discovered it only 6 years ago. I don't know how long it has been there, but it is relatively new for me. I couldn't even believe people actually believed in that. I thought maybe they took it as a temporary feel-good thing, like all is possible, oh, you just trust and everything good is gonna happen to you. But since then I met raw vegans, by the way, over the internet and chatted with them, and some of them, they were like professional men with families who believed in that, and they showed me examples from their lives, how it happened to them. Pretty crazy. And they were not very responsive to when I was trying to offer them, like sometimes coincidences are happening and stuff like that. Or, if you get that apartment from the uncle of your wife, you would gotten it anyway, it's just not like you started to believe in trust the universe and then it happened to you. Alright, that was actually a particular example from one of the conversations. Well, today I would like to address one girl, and she is now on my screen in the video. Her name is Claire Michelle. She's a vegan who was a raw vegan, now she's not. She moved recently to LA. She was making by then, she was popular on YouTube. She was making up to $800 for advertisement at AdSense. And then she also published her ebook, and it's $10. So she's making quite a nice money from that, and she's very popular. She has almost 70,000 subscribers, and she's very young. So she's one of the people who moved to LA, who became popular, and do not realize that this is due to their personal successful behavior, or as a result of their hard work. For example, this girl is very pleasant to listen to. Her English is fine, so she probably read a lot, and she's beautiful. She's a tall, slender girl with a very pretty face, with a pretty hair and pretty mouth. Everything is good about her. It's very pleasant to watch her videos. She doesn't realize that all these are ingredients of her success, including that the next level would be including that now the veganism is popular, and she caught the attention of many people on the internet through that, and due to that internet exists now, and that YouTube have developed, what would she do? She wouldn't have the success several years ago, like 10 years ago, definitely not, and she wouldn't make any money, If she would live in some countries where AdSense doesn't work, she wouldn't make any money. So her success is very conditioned. She was born into a rich country, one of the richest in the world, the United States of America. She is now living in LA. She has a caring parent. Her mom loves her, and she doesn't look malnourished or abused in any way. And probably she's coming from a supportive environment, partially because she mentioned she had some sort of difficulties and she needed to go away. I understand there might be some sort of trauma. I hope not. But, for example, when she came to LA and lived here for, I think, already for a couple of months. This is a very recent video. It's from yesterday. She lived here a couple of months, and I think she described it in a different video, but and she came with just a backpack, her money, a little bit of money, $500 in her bank account, and booked Airbnb for only a couple of days. And then friends helped her, and she's very thankful to them. And without them, she wouldn't make it financially, and something else happened. And explaining that and explaining the gratitude, obvious, natural gratitude, she goes on explaining the whole success with her trust into universe. This abstract thing, the universe, which somehow listens to her, reads her ideas, reads her thoughts, defines whether she is trusting the universe enough to give her good results from this trust. So this girl is working on attracting abundance. And she's very happy how it's happening, because one of the guys, she had the almost empty room, and one guy was moving away and needed to give away things, and she got some sofa and other things, and she feels very lucky. And of course it's a lucky situation. But it didn't happen because I really doubt that. I don't understand why people think that this stuff happens while they thought or expected something like that should happen. The guy was very nice. It happens that he was moving away. It happens that he couldn't take his things with him. It happened that she was there. It's a very lucky situation. Some people informed her about it, were very kind of her, were caring about her. And she should thank them. Also, she should thank just American culture, because American people are very, very friendly. I'm coming from different countries, and I know it could be much worse. Especially for young women who travel alone, on their own. There are so many dangers, and I do believe there are dangers also here, especially in LA. This girl can be taken advantage of financially. She might be, she might sign one day some sort of ridiculous contract in entertainment business, which is not serving her well. I hope she will discuss it with someone who cares about her and won't make the mistake. But still, to be that trusting in that age without enough experience is not good. I am looking at her and think that she's just a kid and she shouldn't be that trusting, and people are not all good. Universe will not care about her, and everything will not just automatically be all right. She needs to take care of it herself. She needs to be aware that bad stuff can happen. She needs to be able to notice the bad signs and take action. And she's in that state of constant gratitude and only good expectations. And I believe this is the state where some fraudulent person would want to have you. Or for example, some male persons who would like to take an advantage of her youth and beauty, and she is really, really attractive person. And well, yeah, so the gratitude is misplaced. So I think most of her gratitude should go towards the people who helped her a lot, and who created the environment for her, and be grateful that she was born this way. You know, she has no visible disabilities. She's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this girl is vegan, of course, and I'm not criticizing her. I'm just, I don't know why I took her as an example. She was most attractive person who was speaking about this abundance everywhere. There is no abundance, especially like people who eat fruit like to say that. Where have you seen abundance of fruit? Where are you living? You're probably living in a very specific environment, maybe in tropics or subtropics. Maybe it's cheap for you, maybe you live not so far from a local market. Most people in this world do not live in such conditions, and if they all decided to move in such conditions, it would be impossible, just impossible. We're too many on this earth already. There is a shortage of resources. Seriously, there is no abundance. There are only like a few percent, I think like 3% of agricultural lands are used for fruit. There is no abundance of fruit. I hope people would consume more, and then it would give more sure feelings for farmers to produce and invest in more fruit, but we're not there yet. I hope we're gonna move there, but there is no abundance. There might be abundance of love, because she mentioned this is all she needs, all she wants. No, it's probably not all she wants, but it's most of her main desire, and it's very understandable. She's a young human being, and we are very social. We need this love. Unfortunately, not all people are that loving individuals, and I really hope she will continue to be lucky and go through life meeting only wonderful people. It's not that likely though, especially with her beauty, because she is going to be a target for people who are not gonna care about her feelings, are not going to care. They would care what they are getting from her. And she is such a child in my view. I am at least twice older than her. I believe she is not even in her 20s. I don't know. So, okay guys, maybe you understand my point a little bit. I apologize for my poor English. Another thing that triggered me in one of her videos, I think I watched 3 by now. She was saying something about her journey and calling her life journey. Let me see. I don't think it was in this video. I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm almost at the stage where I think if someone else will call my life or their life journey, my brain will shut down and refuse to listen to any information coming in anymore from that direction. So, because it's ridiculous, I understand it's some sort of a tradition that probably originated in maybe, I don't know, motivational speakers probably use that a lot, and then it was taken by the spiritual writers, or maybe other way around. I don't know. I don't know. But journey implies some sort of travel from one point to another. So it's some sort of, you have a start and the end. and you go to some sort of a destination, and what can make it pleasurable, it's just you enjoying your journey, but you also have some sort of nice expectations to be in that location and to reflect back or enjoy life. It's some sort of a period, a transition, okay, if you will. So when you call your life journey, what do you think what death is? We are all going to die, and this is not the destination. Our life is not a journey, because it comes from the birth till the death. This is where we all lead into. So to call it a journey, it's probably to assume that there is something else coming, something wonderful afterwards. And there is nothing is coming. There is no proof that anything is coming. No one ever survived their death. No one ever came back. Nothing happened. Okay, maybe it's a personal belief that people would tell me that, it's good to believe in something like that. But you know what? It's dangerous to believe in something like that. If you believe that you are just temporary, that this is just your journey, and you're gathering experiences, and you're learning the lessons that universe provided to you, and you kind of need to assure the universe that you're worthy of its attention and of all the goodness that it's gonna give you, maybe then it's you're in a good state of mind that kind of helps you. But I just pointed out how dangerous it could be, and I still think so. The other thing, if you're in a transitory mode, you do not care that much what's gonna happen. You don't even value your life that much, because you don't value being here. You kind of gathering experiences. Why people are gathering so many experiences? You do not need to concentrate on gathering experiences specifically. You don't need to go anywhere and gather experiences. I understand if you're in a very, very, very protected or limited sort of situation, that you cannot do much and you don't have enough access to people, then maybe you should change that a little bit. But there is no need to gather the experiences extra. You need to learn a lot. You need to learn a lot about people. You need to communicate about people. But if we just take traveling, the YouTube seems to be packed with traveling individuals. I'm just looking into vegans, and there are many of them. I don't mind. I feel travel, it's like this, I think we may probably have this instinct of wandering around, and it's probably fun. For me, traveling is very tiring. I traveled a lot, but not because I wanted to. And people are very excited about variety of cultures. What I would like to mention here, human nature is everywhere basically the same. You can study human nature just communicating with people around you, or maybe going to a couple of places, or maybe experiencing people in a different condition, situation, with a different level of education, in different task, teamwork, all that, helping them. There are so very many reasons to do so. So if you just travel, you don't even understand the culture underneath that. I remember that my impressions of the cultures I just came into, not like a tourist, because I actually never been a tourist, except of my very early years. So you come to the culture, you probably is not familiar with the language or with the specific ways how people communicate or how they dress, and you assume there is something different behind that. You don't see inside. you start to understand the culture after you live there for a while, after you lived in an irregular conditions, not in a hotel or separated area, and you know the language a little bit, and you communicate with the locals and all that stuff. And I don't see that happening. I believe people go travel for a specific, to create a specific image for themselves, about themselves, to feel that they're moving forward with their lives, that they're doing something, and it's probably psychologically very pleasing and a good condition to be if they needed it to have this. And I probably can remember when I had it myself, this need to, you know, to move forward, to change places, to see new faces, stuff like that, and to feel maybe well traveled or something like that. I think it's good. I think it's generally good, and in its the use when you're young, it's a good time to gather those experiences, because you need to decide on your future profession, where you invest on your time. You know, you need to see what kind of people they are just for your sexual future. But to call life a journey, I don't understand this. And especially like YouTube hosts repeating this phrase, follow me on my journey, let me tell you a story from my journey. This is not a journey. The life is not a journey. It's just gonna stop one day. That's all it's gonna happen. And the end of life, it's not pretty. End of life is actually it's a destruction. It's a way down, maybe even intellectually, which is most scary for me personally. Even if you kind of find your way to deal with destruction of your body. So I think it's not very serving idea to think about life as a journey, because the destination might not be there, or you might not be there to experience it. You know what I mean? Sorry. You see, our instincts have developed in a totally different environment, with much fewer people living on the earth. And for human beings in that, long ago, when our instincts and desires, like deep desires, are formed, moving forward, traveling is searching for better resources, untouched resources, abundance of resources. We are not there anymore, because all the earth is covered with people. It's all shared among people, and people are everywhere. It's a property. You cannot go and find a beautiful orchard and pick up a free fruit and start a family there, or find, I don't know, your wife or your husband. You can still do that. Actually, that's very probable. And I hope that young people are traveling to expose themselves more to this opportunity in terms of human characters, human looks, human charisma, and all that. And I hope they will find what they're searching for. What they won't find, it's abundance of resources, abundance of anything actually, because everything they're gonna find will belong to someone else. Practically, place under the sun belongs to someone else. If you don't have your place, you will need to pay for stay in some other places. This is it. Everything is regulated, everything is protected by the owners. Maybe not everything, most of the things. You need your rights to do anything. Even American citizens, like they have probably the best possibility to travel around the world, maybe Western European people. For the rest of the world, it's not that easy. You can go somewhere for a very short period of time. It's gonna cost you lots of money compared to that you can learn back, earn back in your country. There are huge financial limitations. There are huge environmental limitations because we have destroyed a lot. Humanity developed by lots of humanity in the period of especially agricultural period. We destroyed lots of nature to create new fields, to plant whatever we were planting there. We were burning trees, forests, and all the lives in them. We were destroying species in our way, and we are very close to the final destination. Seriously, we just look at the wild spots on the map. Look at the wild big areas in southern around the Amazonian River. It's just it's all distracted for our furniture, for creating fields for soy to feed animals and all that stuff. My point is, we need to realize that our needs, our perceived needs for endless love, unconditional love, abundance of resources are understandable. It's understandable that the young person is not yet well aware that it's just wish, just sort of a moving force for young life to survive and procreate. But for the species, it doesn't matter what you're gonna do after your young age. You're gonna go down. And unfortunately, our societies that build this way, that at that young period of life, when you're young, you should be preparing for the rest of your life. Otherwise, it's gonna be very uncomfortable. And many people, even in developed countries, in the very organized and fair countries, democracies, they also experience that. Here in the United States, there are kids that do not have enough nutrition. They don't have even enough energy from food. They are malnourished in this in this abundance. And if you think that those kids do not have enough desire and do not attract the right stuff and do not follow the law of attraction, this is sort of mean to think so. This is mean to think that your thoughts, your desires are better than theirs. And they're in a bad conditions. They're in a much worse situation than any of the successful YouTubers that are receiving money, some sort of money. All people have desires. Most people are very trusting, because we humans, we begin our life as kids, as children, and it's inbuilt in us to be trustworthy towards authority. And this sort of law of attraction is a very childish behavior. And you need to fight that in yourself. Seriously. It will help you to be actually happy. Not to base your happiness or well-being. Okay, let's not talk about happiness. I don't understand why people chasing it that much. But your well-being, the foundation of it will be real, and you won't be at risk to fall down from so high, because there is a way down and it's very long and it can be very painful. And some people are getting depressed, getting so upset that they think about ending their lives, or they hate their lives, or I just don't want it to happen to you guys, because most of you here, probably you're vegan if you're listening to me now. You might have some aspirations to eat more fruit, to improve your diet this way, and you're probably very young. You're probably much younger than me. And don't think I'm just trying to talk down to you about it. I just really wish someone would have told it to me when I was younger. I was sort of told that you need to be good and then people will be good back to you. And this is not true. This is so bitterly not true. You should be good to people. You should be, because this is the foundation of trust. This is foundation of all relationship, to be good-willing and wishing well and be honest enough and be respectful to another person, be understanding. But it shouldn't assure you that the people or the universe or anyone else would pay you back with the same stuff. People talk a lot about sense of entitlement in the new generation. I don't think that's true. It's not what I mean. It's not. It's just, don't trust too much. Don't trust too much. Be more calculative. I would love to have that advice when I was young. I don't think it's gonna do anything, because my channel is almost receives practically no views, but well, at least I have a chance to practice my English in front of a camera. I think I'm getting a little bit better. I know that in this short recording, like half an hour it's been, so I made such a horrid mistakes. I know them the seconds after I did them, but I'm gonna publish it anyway. I apologize for my English.